When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." End quote. As I watched fireworks light up the night sky, I began to get emotional thinking about my country. I have been so blessed to live in the greatest nation on earth, the nation that wasn't supposed to be, the country that began as an experiment because 56 men signed a document to establish a free nation, a nation of natural rights, a nation that would defend and preserve the rights to life, liberty, and property at all costs. A nation of 13 weak, feeble colonies that almost crumbled in the first decade were it not for men who were dedicated to keeping it alive. Quote, "A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people." End quote. A free people. French economist Frédéric Bastiat posited that, quote, "Liberty is the only way, for liberty is an acknowledgement of faith in God and his works." End quote. He could not be more right. America was founded on Christian values to be a Christian nation. More than 50 of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence were Bible-believing, church-attending Christians. John Adams wrote in a letter to the Massachusetts militia on October 11, 1798, quote, "Our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other." End quote. When the Declaration was signed, it was an acknowledgement of faith in God. Quote, "We therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions." End quote. Finishing with, quote, "We mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor." End quote. Sacred honor. A time when honor meant something. Watching the fireworks, I began to get teary-eyed. As the sky exploded in smoke and freedom, I wondered to myself, what if the Founding Fathers were transported to today? Would they even recognize the place? Not because of inventions, ingenuity, entrepreneurship, or anything of that sort. That is the American dream they signed and died for. But would they recognize the political climate? The violence? The division? The arrogance? The refusal to listen? The disunity? It would seem that today we have lost track of the idea behind "we must all hang together, or most assuredly we will all hang separately." It would seem that not only have we betrayed their original dream, but we have also betrayed their sacred honor. They staked everything, gave everything for America, and today, some Americans spit in their faces, complain about the greatest nation on earth, and do everything they can to destroy it. Only a few have had the courage to take a stand and defend the nation for which those fathers gave everything. Many people know John Adams' famous quote from a letter to his wife regarding how America's founding will be forever immortalized. I think about it every year while I watch the fireworks blast the sky alive. I hear that sound of freedom and participate in the generations-old tradition of celebrating the incredible, God-blessed country's independence. I am apt to believe that it will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. It ought to be commemorated as the day of deliverance by solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty. It ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shows, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other, from this time forward forevermore." End quote. But few people know what follows that statement in the letter. Quote, "You will think me transported with enthusiasm, but I am not. I am well aware of the toil and blood and treasure that it will cost us to maintain this declaration and support and defend these states. Yet through all the gloom, I can see the rays of ravishing light and glory." End quote. John Adams knew that it would take work, blood, sweat, tears, and life to defend our nation. Our republic, if you can keep it, as Benjamin Franklin put it. But have we forgotten? Have we forgotten just what it takes to preserve our land of the free? Will we stay silent and do nothing while our nation crumbles from the inside out? Or will you join me in taking a stand on those founding principles, the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and property? Will you pledge your sacred honor to the greatest country on earth? God has been faithful to our nation, and we cannot abandon him now. We must honor those who have gone before. We must remember their sacrifice. We must continue to celebrate our founding because although 250 years is a big milestone, we are still a young nation. Leviticus 6 speaks of the fire on the altar for the burnt offering. And the fire upon the altar shall be burning in it. It shall not be put out, and the priest shall burn wood on it every morning. The fire shall ever be burning upon the altar. It shall never go out." End quote. This altar was a place of sacrifice, a place where people gave to God what was owed to him. Christ commanded us to render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. We must give God what is owed to him, but we also must give America what is owed to her. We cannot let her fire die. Although some may want it extinguished, as Francis Scott Key said, quote, "Then conquer we must when our cause it is just. And this be our motto, in God is our trust." May that star-spangled banner in triumph yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. God bless America. Happy 250th birthday.
May this be the moment we stand up and rise with a passion for truth and a fire.